broadcasting from the UK and across the world online. You're now watching The Moore Show, and I'm your host, Kevin Moore. Now, for the next hour, I'll be covering subjects that will open up your mind and provide you with information you may have never heard before. Now, on today's show, I'm about to be joined by my guest, Barbara. Now, Barbara represents a pantheon of Etum, who has been created to connect humanity with the cosmic creative force, clear all illusion and fragmentation, and restore growth that once existed on Earth during the Golden Era. Now, Pantheon of Etum wants to work with every individual and plant the seeds of transformation and growth, build communities of truth and freedom that can support every human being in order to recognize their unique individual path. Barbara, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Kevin.
Barbara, it's a pleasure to have you on. I always love these shows where we're discussing people that have receiving abilities or sharing their transparency on camera of their journey. So this is going to be really, really interesting. But just to begin with, before we get into yourself, just tell me about obviously your work in Pantheon and Etum.
Pantheon of Etum, yes. So Pantheon of Etum is the home of cosmic wisdom and is open to all people who are seeking truth. The highest truth that we need to seek is our own purpose and why we're here on Earth. And people need to focus on that. It's so important. And then they will be able to free from all imbalances and distortion, find the way, and able to heal themselves, but also heal humanity and Earth.
Okay, wonderful. And obviously this interview is going to focus on your book, Fountain Source of High Wisdom, Sacred Book of Thoth. How did this book come about? I mean, was this sort of received over a number of months, or was it a year it took to produce? How quickly did this book take to make?
It took about a couple of years. We collected teachings for a long time, and many of those teachings were for us to heal ourselves and find our purpose. And with the time, we collected so many teachings that we wanted to share them with other people. And we knew that this is part of our purpose. And when we did this, we had many people coming to us. And we knew that we were helping them, and this was great pleasure to see people being healed because of our teachings.
And obviously, you're still connecting with people now. Obviously, people come to you to ask questions and do you offer any kind of services? I mean, what do do you give people readings, or is there anything that you offer?
We have people coming to us, and we guide them into their purification. There's a purification process that people can go through and heal their imbalances and bring balance and clarity into their being. And this is what we do with people, helping them to go through this process. And it's been very successful with many people that we connected to.
Okay, first of all, I really want to know a bit about yourself. How did you come into doing this work?
It was something that I was meant to do. It's my purpose. So even though I went through different diversions in life, I finally found my purpose, and I'm very happy that I found it. It was because of my unity with Robert Chan. He's also the founder of Pantheon of Etum. And together, this unity brought up this connection to the cosmos. And it is our work now to bring the light of the cosmos to humanity.
Okay, if you could sum up just very briefly, what is it what you do?
We are connecting to the light of the cosmos, the cosmic light. Some people call it prana or cosmic energy. We are connecting to this light, and we are healing ourselves and our imbalances because we exist in a very distorted environment here on Earth. So we are healing ourselves, but we're also healing other people because we all exist in unity. And when you receive the light, you have to transmit it in order to do the work right. And this is what we do. We can not only receive it and keep it for ourselves, but we have to transmit it to other people.
Okay, okay. So this is information that you've received from, where has this information come from to write this book?
It is from the cosmos and the energy of Thoth. People know Thoth as an Egyptian god, but we know Thoth as a creative force that and this wants to heal Earth and humanity. And the book is about the teachings of Thoth. We want to reconnect to humanity and Earth and offer healing and bring Earth again to her golden era. This is our purpose as well, to help Earth heal and re-experience the golden era.
Okay, so I'm kind of getting it. So basically, this is information that you've channeled. You don't like the word channeling. I'm not a great fan of it always, but this is what I do as well. I channel. It's a word that people have a basis of understanding. Other people call it receiving or tuning in. This has come through you, and are you receiving? So who is Thoth in this then? That are you receiving Thoth, or you say you're receiving cosmic energy, but does it have a name?
Human beings want to give a name to everything they see around them and a label. And we just want to say that we're connecting to the cosmos and we want to help human beings connect to their purpose and clear their imbalances. And this is what we are doing. Thoth is an energy, a high energy, that has to do with the creation of Earth. And we are connecting to this energy too. But what I would like to say about this is that we're connecting to the cosmos, and the cosmos is a healer, wants to heal humanity. And we need to be open to this opportunity that we have. And without using the mind to explain things, just open ourselves, our whole being, and receive this healing energy.
Okay.
And this is important.
Okay, when did you start receiving communication then with this source of energy?
About 3 years ago. It was very clear communication, and we have collected many teachings, more than 400 teachings, 200 of them then our book, and we are getting ready to publish our second book now, soon. Many of these teachings are found on our blog and on our website. People can go there and read them. We also have video teachings. We can connect live. We can connect right now, and we can receive information. And we do this to help humanity, as I said before, connecting to the purpose.
Right. Okay. Okay. But who was you? Who was Barbara before she started receiving this information then?
I'm a human being. I'm somebody who went through life like most people do, having a family and going to school and having a job and all that. From very young age, I saw things differently. I was able to connect to different energies. But in those days, I did not understand my ability. I saw this as something that is not natural. I was a little bit afraid of it when I was younger. And then I grew up. Yeah?
Yeah,
to say something.
Go ahead.
And then I grew up, and I went through university and had a job and I had a career like most people do. And later on I thought, this is not good enough for me. There's something else that I need to be doing, and I'm not doing it. I felt lost, even though I had everything that most people have, and I should be happy with it, but I was not happy. there was something else that I knew that I should be doing. And I was looking in books, on the internet, reading different teachers and following different people. And in the end, I said, no, I need to follow myself. I need to follow my own being. I need to know myself. I need to know my purpose. And through this understanding, I was able to connect to Robert Jahn. And automatically, this started to happen to me. I was connecting to the cosmic energy. And the teachings I received were very clear. They were very clear about my own purpose. And they were very clear about what I have to do, how I can help people.
Okay. Right, yeah. Well, that's amazing that you trusted this and went with it as well. I mean, most people won't even trust it. What was it that was coming through at that time? What came through first? Was it a voice that came to you?
In the very beginning, was just energy. It was just, I knew there was something around me or in me. I was connecting to something I couldn't understand, I couldn't explain. And after a while, it became language. I think I'm able to somehow translate the energy into words and into speaking whatever conversation. And with the time, this became more and more clear. And then I started writing everything down, and I collected this for myself. And then I knew that I had to give this to other people too, that will help them as well.
Of course, no, of course. Okay, and obviously you're not originally from the UK because we're connecting in the UK right now. So where was you originally from?
I'm from Europe. I know that now UK tries to disconnect from Europe, and I think this. I don't know. I think that we need to be together. We need to stay united. And I'm from one of the European countries. Yes.
My name is Courtney Amundsen, and I offer private channeled readings to help you to connect with your soul and your divine purpose. You see, it's so beautiful because what I'm offering is to help you to step into your empowerment and your inner teacher, your inner divinity. And this is such a beautiful experience because it's coming home to your true self. It's unveiling what already is you. And in this place, you can live in guidance, you can live in freedom, you can live in your authenticity. So if this calls to you, you can book a reading with me at morechoice.com/Courtney. So thank you so much, and I hope that you join me soon.
The More Show connects personal development, metaphysics, and consciousness tools for transformation, empowerment, and awakening. Please support this independent show so Kevin can continue to bring you the most inspiring and alternative interviews and videos. Go to www.themoreshow.com/donate. You can also support The More Show through Patreon by going to www.patreon.com/themoreshow. Or you can make a quick and easy donation from PayPal using paypal@themoreshow.com.
So when I'm guessing then, if you had this gift as a child, I'm guessing was the family you were born into, were they very Christian? Were they very Orthodox?
They were not very religious, but they believed in being good, in being kind, in being truthful, in all the good things.
Yes. And I mean, do they know the path that you've taken now?
Yes, they do, yes.
And what do they think of that?
They accept me the way I am, and they love me like they always do, and this is good enough for me.
Good. Good, good, good. But I'm glad that's been nice for you, because some people who take this journey of receiving information and going public with it, some people that, you know, I've interviewed them where their family has not been supportive, but that's a beautiful thing that they have got the support there as well. So is it just yourself that's working on this material, or is your partner as well? Is he working with you on this material?
Yes, he is, Robin. He also works with me. We're working together. We are collecting these teachings, and we try to spread them to as many people as possible,
Right.
to help people
Right.
wake up.
Excellent, excellent. And when did you two start working it together? When did that start happening? Was that pretty soon after you started receiving it that you both decided to work together? Because again, I think it's a beautiful thing that you're working together, but and that's a demonstration to other people that they can do the same thing.
Yes, we started working together straight away. We came together because of that. The connection was to support this energy, the cosmic energy going through both of us, and also connect to humanity. We are here to do this work.
If you don't mind me asking, how did you meet then?
We lived in different countries, and somehow, miraculously, we came together. And straight away we connected, and we started connecting to the cosmic energy together, and we were healing each other.
Yes.
And it was the time for us to heal other people as well.
Well, they say that, you know, before you can heal others, you have to heal yourself. So basically, you know, okay, so I guess I'm trying to get it, was you with someone else before? Did your old life turn to pieces when the new life, when you went into your truth?
It came into pieces before that, just a little bit before that.
Okay.
I had a career and I was focusing on my career, but I said, no, this is not for me. It's really not for me. I feel that it's not my truth, as you said, and I need to be doing something else, and I gave up everything.
Wow.
And then it happened. So somehow I listened to my intuition.
But was there kids involved? I mean, was there a family?
No, I don't have children.
Okay. Sorry if I'm just, you know, it's interesting to hear someone else's truth on how it started for them, because that's really important, because forget all the teachings in one sense, right? This is still your journey, and if you can be transparent, then it allows other people to be transparent in this moment now. And, you know, I would class anyone that's a spiritual teacher as someone that's transparent. Okay? It helps.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
If you want to teach the people, you need to be able to open yourself up and show them how what you're doing has affected you and how you have grown.
Because there's so much bullshit out there where people who have had these miraculous experiences, yet it does nothing for them sometimes. They're still with all the same issues. It's like it's like the teachings, yes, the teachings are for other people, but they've not taken on the teachings themselves.
I think that we all have to purify and grow constantly, so we can't really accuse people. We can accuse them for not always being what we think they are. I think that everybody's going through his own or her own journey. We all need to purify constantly.
That I would totally agree on, right? Sorry to butt in. That I would totally agree on, yeah. And when none of us are perfect, right? But I do get a lot of people come my way that have had these, you know, wonderful experiences like yourself, yet they are still resistant to the teachings, with no judgment saying that. It's just, I should say it, because without saying it, you know, people think, well, these people are amazing and they're living wonderful lives. But I tell you what, I only see their best side when they come on an interview like this. They're still a human being living with issues on the other side. Yes,
definitely. I think because we live in distorted space, and you constantly need to fight this distortion, and it's affecting us all the time. I don't believe that anybody, as you said, is divine or perfect or anything. It's just you're trying to grow in this space of distortion, and but we need to focus on this, and when we focus on that, it's happening. But we still need to fight. We still need to work on it.
Okay, and one other quick question, just before we move on to the teachings, because I really want to get into the teachings. What books did you read that had any influence on you, do you think?
I haven't read many spiritual books, although I spent some time on the internet looking at different people and interviews and all that. I think that everybody has something to give you, to offer you. Any person on earth has something to offer you, and you should collect all the great bits, all the true bits, and just take them as gifts.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, look, let's get into. Look, this is going to be interesting. It's interesting already just hearing your story. It really is. It's inspirational actually hearing your story. Okay, so let's go with it then. Let's go. Well, actually, how different, first of all, is your teachings from other information out there? Do you think it's saying the same thing because we never got it in the first place and we still don't listen now? Or is a lot of the things that you have coming through you completely different to what's out there?
I cannot criticize other teachings. I can only say that what we are saying is people need to focus on themselves than trying to accept ideas that have nothing to do with them. Or there are people who think that by reading a book they will get enlightenment. Growth is something that you do yourself. It's your own choice, your own responsibility. And
Okay.
people need to realize that.
Of course, of course. Why does the soul choose to be incarnated here now on planet Earth? Why are you here? Why am I here? Why is the soul coming here for?
We have a teaching about reincarnation, and we know that what we have learned is that the soul is not us, is more the connection of our physical body and our astral body. So our physical body is what Earth is giving us, is the gift of Earth to help us fulfill our purpose here. There is also the connection between the physical body and the astral body. This exists at the same simultaneously. And we are here right now to fulfill our purpose. There's always a divine plan that goes with every reincarnation. We're not here to just go out and have a drink and work and buy clothes or food or whatever. We are here to connect, to exist in unity with the cosmos, with Earth. We are here to become Earth's receivers and transmitters of light. And Earth is nourishing us, but we also have to nourish Earth by connecting to the cosmos and connecting with the cosmic light and heal Earth.
Okay, so healing Earth is part of it, but why wasn't we perfect before we came here? You know, it's my understanding that we come here to have a human experience, yeah, to experience life as a human being and all the wonderful layers that come with that, yeah. And I feel that I was perfect before I came here as a soul, and that my soul was so wanting this human incarnation to experience or to refine, to re-know itself, to know itself, to re-remember itself, to re-remember myself, that I'm a soul having a human experience. That's one of the reasons I feel I came down here. And I feel I came down here to experience what love is, because just probably where I come from, knowing what love is different to experiencing it and feeling it and re-remembering it. Does any of that come into your teachings?
We don't reincarnate to experience love because love is also an emotion, and it is something that we experience on Earth, but is one of the emotions we experience here, like thirst and hunger and sadness and love and pain and fear. So it is an emotion, love. What we believe is that we are here to experience unity. And unity is the love that maybe what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you know yourself, you're united with your own being, with your astral body. When you unite with the cosmos and earth, this is love. This is expansion, growth. You know yourself, you know your purpose. And this is almost perfection.
Do you think, okay, so if the world came from oneness, if we can use that word oneness overnight, the world would change. I mean, people like Neil Donald Walsh, had that in their Conversations with God book, that, if we just came from transparency and oneness, well, forget transparency is important, but if we just stick with oneness, if we came from oneness and that I am you, you are me, that just because I have a family here, that doesn't mean that the whole world isn't my family. If we just come from oneness and treat each other with love from our decisions and oneness, yeah, the world would change overnight.
Yes, I agree with you. There's only one thing, that sometimes when you see people as the persona, for example, you see this person is from another country, has this type of job, is a man, is a woman, is earning this amount of money, has this lifestyle. All these things divide people. So if you see people as their personas, then you can unite with them. But if you see them as part of the cosmos, and if you see them as being here to become receivers and transmitters of light, supporting Earth's healing, and also supporting humanity's healing, that we have a common purpose. If you see that, and you understand it, you accept it, then yes, you can experience unity with humanity. Otherwise, you can't.
Well, why has the soul come here to have that division, in a sense, to have the experience of opposites? So I come here to have an experience with a family where things aren't always easy, where there's always an issue or there's always some conflict going on. Why would perfection choose to have that experience? So are you saying so it can heal from that experience and get to come to that oneness aspect? Because not all of us come from that space, do we? Even in our entire lifetime, some of us will never, what I call, awaken.
Yes, that's true, but we are given opportunities. So if we don't take the opportunity, then that's also a lesson. So going on a diversion and not being able to fulfill your purpose is also a journey, and you are learning from this as well. But also that our life here on earth is very short. So we are not just what we experience here. This is a very, very short time. We are all existing in the astral plane. We are eternal in a different plane. But here on earth, this is a very, very short time, a very short lesson, even though it may sound like it's our whole life. But our whole life is a very short lesson.
But is our purpose doing that which we love, doing that which gives us joy, doing that which gives us passion? And no matter what we do that gives us joy, passion and love, and as long as it's not knowingly hurting anyone else, that's a great thing of being of service then, because it's a natural effect of helping others. So your passion will be a natural effect of helping others.
Yes, I agree. We all have our unique abilities. And if we discover them, then we can fulfill our purpose, we can support others, we can be happy, we can have an effortless life. And our life on earth will be a great journey. But if we don't discover these special qualities, then we are lost, and we're going to have a life of confusion.
Yes. There was a time when I said to myself, I'm more unhappy now that I've awakened, that I'm consciousness having a human experience, than I was before I was awakened, right? But nowadays I don't think like that. But there was a time that I did think like that. Christ, life was so much easier, not thinking about these subjects. But now I use it to my advantage, that we create our reality, don't we? We create this illusion that's around us. Everything that we have in our life right now. Do your teachings go as far to say that we create this reality, that there's nothing above us saying this is how you're going to live and this is what we've chosen for you? You're in charge all the way.
there is a divine plan of this of our reincarnation, but we are creating our own reality because we have the opportunity to either go on a diversion or follow our purpose. So when we follow our purpose or go on a diversion, we create our own lives.
Yes, that's so true. God, we could go so many directions here right now with this. We're 30 minutes in, so we've got another 30 minutes left, which is great. What's some of the most important teachings that have come through to you that have helped you change your life as well?
What is important to me, and I was not always aware of it before, was our connection to Earth. We ignore Earth always. We see Earth as a rock or ground or something lifeless, but it's a planet with great potential. It's a creator planet, and we are part of this planet. We need to work with it. So we need to stop seeing Earth as our colony and our piece of land. We need to be more in tune with Earth's energies, and we need also to receive Earth's healing and nourishment, but also give something back to it. This is our purpose here.
And does your book, Fountain Source of High Wisdom, does that sort of demonstrate to you how you can do that as well, how you can do some of the things that you've just described there?
Yes, we have teachings that have to do with Earth and how to connect to Earth. It's also what important information is about the Golden Era, how Earth was during the Golden Era and how it is now and why this has happened to Earth. So this is important for people to know that, because there are no books that describe this time.
What was the Golden Era like, in a sense?
The Golden Era was in the very beginning of Earth's creation. Earth was created to be a high vibrational planet, and it was completely different from where it is now. Lots of different formations and plants and animals, and they were not human beings that they were in charge of Earth. This happened much later. So all the beings who existed on Earth were part of Earth. They had bigger life cycles. They were able to connect to the cosmic light. They were able to also to be creators. And it was a planet of healing and knowing. But at some point, Earth had to have free will, and it was left alone to carry on creating. And this is when different races came and to explore the planet. And some of these races were not high vibrational. And with the time, this happened many, many, many thousands of years or millions of years. So during all this time, different planetary races came to Earth, they visited Earth, and the vibration of the planet started to drop because of these races. They also wanted to colonize the planet and take all the resources. And when these races took over parts of Earth, this is when Earth started to have schisms and imbalances and so on.
Okay, but you have to say to yourself, the souls that came in to incarnate still were desperate to come in and have the experience of such a crazy world. Even nowadays, my soul was desperate to come here to have this experience in this, what we call, topsy-turvy world. So the soul, as infinite, as intelligent as it is, knew what it was getting involved in and was desperate to have the experience.
Yes, because when you exist in a space of distortion, you and me and other people can bring light to the planet. And this way we're here to heal. And when there is distortion and fragmentation, human beings need to reincarnate. I mean, beings from the astral plane need to reincarnate in order to bring the cosmic light, in order to heal. And this way we're here.
But okay, so you say that people like me and you are the ones that are shining a light to awaken people that there's a greater reality and a better way to have a present moment right now, a better way for your present moment to be more loving, more peaceful, more in tune, right? But all those others that aren't awake, why are they so desperate? Why are their souls so desperate to come here? Why have they incarnated here to be asleep? I mean, has anything come through for that?
No, the purpose is to be awake. The purpose is to connect to the cosmic light and heal humanity on Earth, like me and you. Everybody who reincarnates here on Earth has the purpose of waking up, connecting to the cosmic light, know the purpose, and
right.
heal Earth. But some people, they don't achieve that.
What? Okay, is still coming back to that thing though. Is there nothing better to do on a Saturday night from where we come from, right? What? Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, why would I put myself as a soul through that? Why would I put myself as a soul through that, through this experience sometimes? Because it's not the easiest experience.
I don't know about you, but I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to be on Earth, to connect with Earth. It's a great experience having a physical body, connecting to other human beings with physicality, and also me helping them to grow, and we're all growing together, even though there is distortion on this planet. So I'm happy to be here on Earth. For me, it's not a problem, or I don't feel that I was tricked.
Would you be happy if you had a debilitating illness? Would you be happy if you were in some sort of accident? Or could spiritual people like me and you look at situations like that and say, that's happened because, or that could happen because you're blocking something, or it's the only way to wake you up or get you out of your pattern that you may be in?
I cannot make assumptions. I don't have a disease so far, but if I had a disease, it would probably be for a reason. Maybe I need to learn something having this disease, how to cope with it, how to heal myself. And this way also I still connect to the cosmic light, even if I have the disease.
Yeah.
And also heal other people. Because there's no limitation. We limit ourselves most of the time.
We do a good job as well. We do a really good job. Well, okay, so if someone's listening to this now and they're saying, all I want is a life that's peaceful, I want the present moment to be as loving, as peaceful as it can be, would you say that you've got to be that present moment? If you want to see, you can't see it outwardly, you've got to find it within. You've got to be the peace and joy and love to yourself that you're looking for.
Yes, exactly. I agree with you. And I think that you have to observe yourself and see what stops you from being unhappy. Perhaps you have some imbalances. You had them for when you were very young. They were created in you and they're still with you. You need to observe yourself and see how these imbalances are affecting you.
Yes.
And yes, and sorry,
go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
And when you're able to observe yourself, then you disconnect from this. You become an observer of yourself. You have no fear. You have no sadness or anger or grief. You just see yourself as an observer, and this imbalance that is not your natural state becomes weaker, and it may diminish when you're able to disconnect from it and connect to the cosmic light.
Hi guys, my name's Kevin Moore and I'm the host of The Moore Show. Now it's my purpose, my passion, my mission to help you guys become your greatest version. Now you might be looking to find answers on love, connecting with your life's purpose, reuniting with a loved one on the other side, discovering your past lives, or just helping you make sense in finding your direction. Now, as a multi-dimensional channel, I can connect with higher aspects of yourself to help you in this present moment to become your best version and live your most empowered life. Now, you can book myself for a reading by going to tmspsychics.com/Kevin, or you can get a reading from one of my many gifted team of readers. The Moore Show Psychics, helping you transform your present moment to the most loving and happiest it can be. Now, I also offer a full money back guarantee, so what have you got to lose? Empower your life today.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was a beautiful answer you gave before as well. Thank you for what you just said as well. But that's a beautiful answer you gave before about how much you enjoy being here in this world right now. That's beautiful to hear, and that's that said with true authenticity as well. I can feel that from you, and I think really, when you were saying that, all that kept coming to my mind as a channeler was she's living in purpose. She's living in purpose. This is why she's happy. She's doing what she loves. She's being true to herself. She's being so true to herself, and that's a beautiful thing for people to see and what that space can do. We can be a very good illusion to ourselves sometimes and a very good lie to ourselves. Maybe the best.
Yes, I agree with you. We allow illusion to create in ourselves, but we have to be creators of our own life. We have to see what we are, why we're here, what is our purpose, what special abilities we have. And also we need to think unconditionally, to give unconditionally. And we always need to know that our purpose is ours. Nobody can take it away. An effortless life can be our life. We just need to be free from imbalances and the ego and just be open and create. This is what I do. And I know that everybody can do that.
Okay. What if someone's listening to this now, watching this now, and they're thinking, my life's perfect. I really love my life. I've never considered spiritual subjects or considered that I'm more than my body. I'm pretty much atheist. I have a wonderful life. I'm kind to other people. I'm so happy with my life. I don't need to consider these subjects.
You don't have to be spiritual to be happy. What is important is to know yourself and your purpose. Sometimes even spirituality is a label. There are people who live close to Earth and they eat Earth's food straight from Earth, and they have a very simple lifestyle and they never wonder about spirituality. But what is important is that they know the purpose. They connect to Earth. They connect to what exists around them. And we put labels on everything, and those labels make our life very fragmented. For me.
Yeah, well, let me just add something to that, what you've just said. That's very interesting what you've said. So maybe if we label it, which I know we said we're not going to do that, but if we do label that example that I just gave, well, maybe someone in that example is living a spiritual life, but they're not labeling it as that. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're coming from love to people, to themselves. They're connecting with the earth. They're doing all the things you're talking about, but they may be unaware that that's what they're doing, but they are. And that's why they've been successful, if you want to call that success with their life, and the point of attention is happy.
Yes, exactly. And these people, they experience connection and unity, but other people, they just read about it and they call themselves spiritual. And
yeah, or they're good at regurgitating other information. Yeah, or they've just not lived their truth themselves. Yeah, I think. Yeah, well, authentic. I can't get the word out. An authentic spiritual perspective. I think you can tell. I think I think you've had to go through a few things sometimes. Not always, but a lot of times you have. Sometimes you can just wake up at a younger age as well. Sometimes you can. That may be your purpose too. But for me, I suppose, and other people that watch this channel, you know, we've all been through the mill a little bit in some respect, and it's taken us to go through experiences to get to the point we're at now.
Yes, I think there are always ups and downs with these things. Before you're able to connect to your purpose, you go through different phases. I went through different phases. Sometimes I knew what I wanted to do, but then I realized, no, that's not my path. So you go through different phases, and when you're really able to see why you're here and what you have to do to fulfill your purpose, then everything becomes very smooth. But you still need to grow, you still need to purify, you still need to face distortion from other people or in your life. You still have to do that, but at least you know what you're doing. There's some sort of clarity, and your guide is truth. And this is very important.
Oh God, it is. Come on, let's face it. How many of us are always true? Even true to ourselves? Not many. Not everyone. Not everyone is. And that's one thing I'm learning myself, is to be truthful to myself and to be transparent. And it's an ongoing process, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And sometimes it's not really you, but it's the illusion who takes over your mind. You've got people, sometimes they want to look bigger than they are, or more interesting, or more clever. And illusions creating different ideas into your mind, and your mind becomes polluted with this. But if you do not have the ego guiding you, and you just try to communicate a simple truth with people, and your intention is pure, you want to heal yourself and other people, then everything is clear.
Yes, that's so true. That's so true. And in your book as well, you talk about cosmic laws. So we may have covered this already, but what are some of them, if there are laws or cosmic laws or just laws of effect in a sense, what would you say they are?
One of the main cosmic laws is unity, that everything exists in unity, and we are here to connect and heal each other. That it's not one person who is doing this. It's not one teacher who is healing the rest of the rest of humanity, but we are all connecting, we are all receiving, we are all transmitting, and we are all healing each other. So unity is the main cosmic law, and this is what astral beings experience in other planes.
How important is it when we go back home, do you think, to take back the experience that we've had down here? Do you think it's so important, even the taste of milk chocolate down here is so important, that all the experiences are just so wondrous when we go back home and kind of download ourselves to those on the other side of the veil?
I don't think that we will take with us the taste of the chocolate, even though this is very nice and yummy now while we're here. I think that we would take what is important, and this has to do.
Why is it milk chocolate important? No, but seriously, I mean, what if it's any experience that's so important? What if the experiences we think we're terming now as important, actually it's the little things sometimes as well?
What is important is what has to do with your growth. So if milk chocolate helps you grow, then you would for sure.
Right. Okay. Well, I read that in a Dolores Cannon book, that actually when we go back home, even the taste of milk chocolate is important. You know, to some people, some souls. Just the experience of being down here, being a human, having a human experience. Well, that comes to an important thing actually, truth. Now this is all your truth that's coming through here. This is your truth. This is the truth of the cosmic energy you're bringing through. Now other channelers, say receivers or people that bring their own truth in a book or whatever, but everyone has their own truth, don't they? We all go back home to spirit or wherever we go back to with our own truth.
There is one truth, but we perceive it differently because of our own imbalances. So there's one picture in front of us, this is the truth, but we all see it differently because we're all looking for something different and we all have our own imbalances and our own limitations. And some people can see the whole picture and some others not.
But would you be surprised when you cross back over that actually there was multiple truths, and actually it wasn't just one truth, there was multiple truths, and that you were allowed to have your own truth and continue with that truth into infinity as you expand on that truth?
There is the main truth, this is our source, our creator, and then from that truth, many other truths stem, they branch out, and everything is true, but the closer we get to the source, the more clear we can see.
Would you be surprised if the source was you all the way along?
I'm part of the source, I'm source's creation.
Yes.
But yes.
You can go ahead, you can expand on that if you want, yeah.
Yes, there's a high creation force and exists everywhere in all planes. But it does not have a physical body like I have, even though I'm able to have a physical body. But the source does not have a body, does not have not even a certain purpose like we have. It just exists to give life.
Would you be surprised if there's a source above the source, a God above God, and a God above God above God?
The source doesn't have a pyramid structure, it's a pyramid structure. We see things here on earth this way.
Yeah, but are you open-minded to say, well, what if? What if it did? But you have to go with your truth. I'm not trying to get you to change your truth. I'm just saying, what if? Do you know what I mean? Because you're bringing what you're bringing through, which is going to help so many people. But I interview a lot of other people that have different understandings. So as a host of this, I'm like, well, which one's bloody true? Well, you know what it comes down to? Go with what feels right. That and make up your own truth from love.
What you say is true. I don't want to speculate, but at the same time, I cannot stop you from connecting to whatever you connect and have your own truth. I have my own truth, and this is my purpose. And there's nothing more important than that. Like if your truth is your purpose, then you should go with it.
Yeah, and I would add to that, as long as it's coming from love for yourself and others, which is what your work does. Most definitely.
And also, you need to feel balanced when you connect to truth. You become balanced. You become whole, and you know that this is right.
Yes, and you find your people as well. You find your tribe that you're going to mix with. You find the people, and everyone that comes to you for your work resonates with your work, where other people go to other people who resonate with their work, because we're all at different levels. And some people for your work it will be too high, and so they'll need to go to something that fits them more, and others will resonate perfectly with you. I see that in all the people that come on my show. I see that so much, and it's a beautiful thing, but it is what it is.
I see this as fragmentation. I think that we should all be able to connect and connect to truth. But there is fragmentation on earth. This is why people are connecting to different parts of truth. And we need to be able to clear distortion more, and then we all connect together. And it's not about following my truth, it's about enabling yourself to be the creator of your own life.
Right. That's an important part as well, Barbara. That's an important part, that you're not after followers. You want people to become self-empowered. You want them to read this information and for them to take self-responsibility for themselves. You're not after a following.
Exactly. We don't even call ourselves teachers. We just give this information to people, and people can try to connect to it, or we can support their connection and growth. But it's something that they do themselves. We're not responsible for their own growth. It is their responsibility.
Good. Okay, well, your website is?
Is www.pantheonofvietnam, and there you can find lots of information about our teaching. We also have another website, a new website. It's called pantheonofvietnam.blog, and you can find lots of information there about our events. We want to connect to people. We want to spread what we receive, and this is our purpose. And we want people to open to their own being, look inwards, and learn what is the purpose, why they're here, what do they have to do to fulfill the purpose. This is a very important question, and most people discard it, and they're looking for something else. But you need to look in you to find the answers you seek.
Yes, that's so important. And, for me, I'll just put me in here, just to be an example to anyone else. For me, I'm starting to find out that one of my main purposes is to channel and bring out my teaching information for others. And when you live at that when you live in that purpose, when you live in that space, and I tell you, it's the most empowering thing that you do. Purpose is empowering. Purpose is very loving. Purpose just feels amazing. And I think, would you say that we have multiple purposes, that we can have more than one purpose?
Our purpose can expand to different things. For example, we have part of our purpose to connect to Earth and heal Earth, also heal humanity. Also, we have our own sort of personal purpose to use our abilities to heal ourselves and others. And we also have our purpose to develop these abilities further.
Yeah. What would you say then? Well, just by the way, we've been putting your book and your website's been coming out on the screen throughout this interview. You've got a beautiful website. I checked it out earlier on. It's a really nice website you guys have got. So well done for that. So that's really beautiful. What would you say is the most important message of your work? We've probably covered it, but just to get the most important message of your work.
What I said before, people need to observe themselves. They need to clear their imbalances and distortion. They have to be loving to themselves, see themselves without fear, judgment. Allow themselves to heal, connect to the cosmic light, and just experience this beautiful wholeness and truth that is so healing and nourishing. We need to nourish ourselves. We need to give ourselves the opportunity to heal and expand. And when you do all this, then you would definitely connect to your purpose. It's an automatic process. Our purpose is there, is waiting for us to be discovered. And everybody has a purpose, and it's very special for everybody. And by healing yourself, you connect to your purpose, and this is what you are here to do. Fight the distortion and wherever is leading us to, and connect to your purpose and truth.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Barbara, I just want to say we've kind of only just scratched the surface of your work. There is so much. Yeah, there is so much more in the teachings than what we can cover in 51 minutes. But it's beautiful to have heard your story. It's beautiful to have seen your transparency on camera, and to it's beautiful, the empowerment that you're doing for yourself and others. So just thank you for what you're doing on planet Earth and your contribution you're making. And I really hope, thank you. I really just hope that you continue what you're doing and which you're going to do, and that that when you've got another book out, please do connect with us.
Yes, we'll do that, definitely. It's going to happen very soon. In this year, 2017, we're going to have our second book. And it's going to be packed with lots of teachings and some practical exercises as well for people to connect to the purpose.
Excellent. Well, it's not easy coming on a talk show like this. So thank you for giving us your time. And I just say blessings to you, and I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. You have a nice day as well.
Well, we've come to an end on today's show. Don't forget that you can listen and watch all our past interviews on the More Show's official YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for new daily shows. You may also find out more on all past and upcoming guests by going to themoreshow.com, and do like us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates. So until next time, be safe.